Hey y'all, this is Rayborn the Witch coming at you live from Femspiration 215, and I'm here today to give my air signs in October 2020 love reading that I entitled the Sweet and Savage Love Spread. So before I get into that, I just want to go over some of the energy that I tapped into. Just want to go into some of the ways that I'm going to go about doing this reading today as well. So if you'd rather skip this part and go right to the reading, it's going to be time-stamped in the description box below. But I am going to be going over the 4 songs that I kind of tapped into your energy with in regards to love before I start to spread. So the first song that I got, now I just press shuffle on my playlist and I ask, give me 4 songs to my air signs around love. And then I press shuffle and I let them give me that 4 songs in a row. And all the songs pertain to love. So, which was very exciting to know, but also air signs have been going through it a little bit, and I'm going to get into that with the songs that I got for you. So the first song that I got was Show Me a Good Time by Drake. So this is all about like wanting to like celebrate your accomplishments and wanting somebody to do that with. And if it's your friends that you're turning up with, or if it's like your partner that you're turning up with, you just want to be shown a good time. You're done like catering to other people's needs or bringing the life to the situation. Like you want somebody else to also be there to bring you life and to help you feel like, oh my God, I made it. Like I made it this far, and look who I get to like party with rock stars and famous people, whatever the case may be, but you're feeling like you want to live on top of the world right now. The next song I got, and this is where it kind of gets a little bit dark. The next song I got was Shady Love by Scissor Sisters. Now this is kind of like a fun song, and it had like a fun twist to it because it was a club remix of it, but it was talking about, I don't know what drug that she's on. I don't know what drugs that she's on. So it is about like maybe being with a partner that is used to living a faster life, and maybe they are missing that life, or maybe you have been that person in the past that you've like kind of had this like fast and loose lifestyle, or you know you've been like you've partied like rock star in the past, and so there's this sense of wanting to like kind of be in that mindset or in that world a little bit, or your partner or the person that you're connecting with might want to be in that world as well. Or you might have just been experiencing somebody that has been addicted to drugs and has been a part of that kind of like alternative lifestyle, and you don't want to be a part of that shady mess. But so that's what I got for those 2 songs. Now the next song that I got was Propaganda by Banks, and this song is all about like being undecided but needing to know the answer, even though you've been given some of the messages to not go towards this situation in love, but yet you are so like maybe wrapped up in the cycle of it or in this toxic pattern of it, that you continuously kind of move in that phase of things with maybe one person or with many people or with a person from the past. So there's this understanding of like there's this one part that says, I can't help myself, mama, I need help. So this like begging out for like help to kind of unravel yourself from the situation where you kind of maybe took it too far, or the other person did, or you don't know how to get yourself out of the mess that you've woven for yourself. And this can come into play when you talk about like emotional abuse particularly. So I'm thinking like there might be some issues around emotional abuse that you've dealt with in the past, or currently dealing with in a situation that you're trying to figure out how you're going to unravel or unstick yourself from, or that you're questioning now that you've kind of gotten to know this person a little bit more. So there is like more of a dark side to that, that because it also is saying like, you know, that they've been through this and they need the strength to kind of let go and end it. The last song is Small Worlds by Mac Miller, and this song is all about wanting to keeping things waiting, to living for the day and kind of looking to the sky and just trying to be in the moment with things and not trying to kind of plan out the future, but just every day take it day by day. And that it's a small world, but it's also this big, immense world of opportunity that awaits you, and that sometimes in order for you to kind of like seize that moment, you have to just be right in the moment. So there is like an understanding of that. And not needing anything in the present moment, right? Just like being like at peace with yourself and looking to the sky. And I love that for my air signs, because it is all about like staying in the moment right now, and instead of maybe projecting what you want towards the future, because that can sometimes derail you, or keep you stuck in patterns that you need to kind of take a pause and, you know, figure out what's best to move forward with. So that's the songs that you got. They'll also be linked down in the description box below. Just a little bit more about me. I'm a witch, I'm a magic maker, I'm a tarot reader. I have all of my information linked if you want to get in touch with me. To all of my subscribers that are already on the channel with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and I hope to bring more people into the mix. So like, share, subscribe, and get in touch with me on Instagram too, because I do a lot of fun things on there, and I have a little weekly IG live thing with my friend Candace that is also a Libra. So I might be channeling some of her energy today as well. So I'm going to get started with the spread. This is a heart-shaped spread, right? So the first side is the sweet side and the other side is the savage side. This is all about asserting your boundaries in love and how you can cultivate and bring love into yourself, and how you can also say what you need from other people in order to have that equal reciprocal kind of love with other people as well. So the cards, the decks that I'm going to be using, I have 3 different decks. They're going to also be listed in the description box below, but I am mainly using my Modern Witch Tarot deck today. So the first question is, how do my air signs, my Libra, my Gemini, and my, why can't I think of my last Libra? Oh my goodness. My Aquarius, my Libra, and my Gemini, how are they currently expressing love right now? How are my air signs currently expressing love right now? How are my air signs? Yep, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is how you're currently expressing love right now, air signs. There's 3. There's 3 cards. And we get the first card that was on the bottom, which is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is all about staying stuck or trapping yourselves in this incessant thought patterns that keep you from really seeing and stepping into out of your comfort. Your comfort zone might be to just be in this incessant kind of like rut with yourself, or to just constantly talk yourself out of things and stay stuck in something, when you have the tools to get yourself unstuck and unwoven from this rope that you're tied to, and you can step out of this, but you choose to stay in this little pool of water instead of stepping onto firmer ground. So there is this sense of you needing to get out of your head a little bit, and that is being expressed in love right now, or some people might be seeing that as what you're bringing into love right now. The next card that we get is the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow-moving knight. This is a knight that knows what it's worth. They know they're methodical. They're slow-moving with everything. They're going to look before they leap. They're going to want stability, and they want to bring stability to the situation. So maybe they're kind of like keeping themselves bound because they want to become stable before they move forward in love. So that might be the energy that's being currently expressed, or there might be this energy of like you're just moving really slow and you need to kind of speed it up a little bit. The last energy that we get is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is all about defensive energy. So this is all about standing your ground for what you want. And right now, my air signs might be like, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And you need to back down from bullying me or chastising me or trying to tell me that I'm not the shit, because I am. Right? So there's this like Beyonce looking woman on it, and she's just like, you know what? Like, no, you are not going to tell me how to run the show. I'm going to tell you what's what. So there is a sense of like standing in your own truth and power, and wanting that in return. So that's how you're expressing yourself in love right now. So the next question is, how could you bring more love in? So for my air signs, how could my air signs bring more love in currently? How can my air signs bring more love in currently? I love this. Okay, so there's 2 cards here. The first card is the card of the 7 of Swords. So this is a card of independence. Not only is this a card of independence, or kind of like moving beyond things that no longer are going to be like serving you, but it's also about like moving kind of silently, moving in the shadows of things. So right now, the way you're bringing love in is you're kind of sneaking away and sneaking off to maybe try new things, but not really telling anybody how you're doing it. So that could be the energy. Another thing that I'm getting from this card, and that I usually get from this card, is that there's an element of self-deception. So there's an element of like you denying yourself of something because you're avoiding it within yourself, and there's a need for you to kind of like bring more understanding to yourself. The Seven of Swords and to the Seven of Wands, that means like you need to stand up for what you truly want and desire. And the Seven of Swords is about like avoiding that. So it's time for you to stand up for what you really want in the situation. So you start by standing up with yourself and for yourself, right? So you don't want your mind kind of trick you into thinking that you are something that you're not, or that you don't deserve something that you do. And the next card is the Star. The Star is the Aquarius of the major arcana. So you want, and the sword suit is the air suit of the tarot deck as well. But the Star card is all about healing, and it's all about balance. So there is a need for you to maybe dream bigger, dream higher, set your sights towards something that that others might see as unattainable. And that's really how you're bringing love in, is by being this hopeful light to people, and to light to yourself, and this source of light to you. So you're really kind of like, it seems like you're trying to bring love in the in a way that's like secretive, or in a way that's like you're moving silently in the shadows of things, because you know what's coming around the corner. And you're just going to sit here and just kind of like mind your own business and be in your nature, and really try to like, be at peace with yourself in order to bring love in. And that's some good energy for my air signs right now as well. The next question is, how can you bring sexy back? So for my air signs are pretty damn sexy, but how can my air signs right now bring sexy back into their lives? How can my air signs bring sexy back right now? So this card wanted to come out. Okay, so I think it's a little questionable, but I understand why it's out here. So let's get one more card for how air signs are going to bring sexy back, because that's a good clarifier. Oh my gosh, you get all the swords. All the swords. You ready? Okay, so the first one is, how are you going to bring sexy back in your life? The Two of Swords is, you're going to make up your damn mind. You are going to know what you want, and you're going to go after it. You're going to know from an intuitive place what you want and what you don't want, and you're going to stop equivocating between two things. You're going to make some firm decisions. I know that's hard for a lot of my air signs. Air signs are flighty. Air signs have a lot of different options in their brain, or a lot of different possibilities, but sometimes the possibilities that they want to seek are right in their heart space, and they need to move in the direction that their heart is telling them to move in, beyond their incessant thoughts, right? So it's all about like, you have this blindfold. You're able to see things clearly without even having to look. But there is a need for you to understand what your heart's telling you. And from that place, you'll be able to move forward. And that's how you're going to bring sexy back, is because you're going to be able to make decisions. People like people that can make decisions. That's just the truth, right? People want somebody that knows what they want, and knows what they stand for, and can speak up on it. So there's an element of you needing to speak up for what you want, and speak from yourself, speak to yourself before you can to gain that confidence. And the reason why I say that is because you got this next card, which is the King of Swords. So how are you going to bring sexy back? You're going to own your decisions. You're going to own your truth. You're going to own your thoughts and your opinions on things, and you're not going to waver on that. You're going to allow that to be kind of like what guides you and moves you forward. And there's this like sense of leadership there, right? So it's like you have the divine guidance. You are tapped in already. So you know what it is you seek out. And you are also kind of maybe a little bit more of a protective energy towards others, or that's what you need to tap into, so that you can kind of be that safe haven for other people as well as yourself. So I love that that's like how you're going to bring sexy back, is just by owning your air energy to the fullest degree with this air sign card of the King of Swords, right? And the King of Swords looks like a queen, right? So I love this deck because it's an androgynous king, but it's also a woman on this card. So I love that energy, because sometimes my air signs are the boss babes of the zodiac, or are the bosses of the zodiac, right? So the next question is coming from my Super Attractor deck. My Super Attractor deck is an affirmation deck. So I'm going to ask my deck here, what sweet words can you tell yourself right now to bring in love? So what sweet words can my air signs tell themselves right now, or food for thought they need to kind of like meditate on in order to bring love in? What the sweet words do my air signs need to tell themselves right now in order to bring love in? Okay, let me get my sweet words for my air signs here. What sweet words do my air signs need to tell themselves right now? What sweet words? Any other sweet words do we need? Just that one. Okay, so I'm just going to go after this one. So you ready for this? My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. How much you practice good feeling thoughts. You are only going to be able to bring in and receive the love by expressing and thinking positive thoughts to yourself and by yourself, right? So it's important. You have all this swords energy in this reading so far. So those are all thoughts, right? We started off with the 8 of swords, being trapped in your own thoughts, in your own negative thought patterns, right? So it's time for you to shift your thought patterns towards positivity, towards good feeling thoughts, meaning like the thoughts that make you feel good inside, right? That give you those goosebumps. You need to go towards those kinds of things. You need to go towards those kinds of songs, that kind of art, that kind of messages from the universe, right? So those are the things that you can help bring in that love because you are thinking about it. And when you're thinking in a positive way, the universe is going to match that vibrational energy that you're putting out. So the next card is going to be the top of the other heart, right? So we kind of have the sweetheart right here, and now we're going to do the other side, which is the savage side. So this is the boundary side, how you assert boundaries. And I'm going to get my first card from my soul journey lesson cards deck. Now this is going to tell me what hard lessons are being learned in love right now for my air signs. So what are some hard lessons that my air signs are learning in love right now? What are some hard lessons that my air signs are learning in love right now? One more shuffle. Okay, so let's see. What are some hard lessons that my air signs are learning in love right now? And one more. I sometimes like to get, there we go, beautiful. Ooh, okay, let's do this. So, I love that this is like, you need to release and let go and start and cut yourself free because you got the surrender, right? So you just need to surrender. So it says, I can release my need to control. The tight grip that you have on your own love life and what you want to bring in is keeping you from having what you truly want. You are trying to control the aspects of it. You're trying to put a time and a place on it, when what you just need to do is just release and be free, right? And allow it to come in naturally in that way, but not think about, I'm going to do this and this and this and then this, and then I'm not going to even have love until the next year, right? No, we need to be open to all possibilities. And in order to do that, we need to release control and just surrender to what is, okay? The next card that we get is the envy card, right? The envy card is really important, of an understanding that there might be some jealous tendencies right now. I know air signs could have some like jealousy towards the lover that they have, or are envious of the love that other people have, and that keeps them back from really kind of recognizing the blessings that they have in this moment in order to bring that love in. It says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. It's important for you to understand that if you are not in a loving relationship right now, that does not mean that you are not going to be, and that just means that you are getting ready for something even better, because you know it's worth the wait. And the Mac Miller song at the beginning of the reading says that too. It's worth the wait. You just got to sit there and, you know, just like be in the blissful moments that exist, and know that like whatever is coming towards you has been long awaited for. And not to be envious of other people and what they have right now, because you are going to soon have it yourself. Okay, so the next question is going to come back to my Modern Witch Tarot deck. Sorry. There we go. Oh, my crystals on the table here. Okay, so my next question is so this is where do I need to assert better boundaries in love? So where do my air signs, my Aquarius, my Gemini, and my Libra need to assert better boundaries in love? Where do we need to assert better boundaries in love, my air signs? I don't really have any air in my chart, so I can't say we for this. Where do my air signs need to assert better boundaries in love? Ooh, where do they need to? Okay, we got two cards. We got the first card is the Devil card. So where do you need to assert better boundaries in love? Like I was saying with the propaganda song at the beginning and with this like toxic love, shady love song, is like you are trapped in maybe some toxic cycles that you need to release yourself from. So there's a sense that you need to put up some firm boundaries with some people that are maybe like not the best for you and not a good look for you, or have been exercising their gaslighting techniques to keep you trapped in your thoughts, so that you can't see the real truth of the matter. And so it's time for you to cut the cord and cut the blindfolds off, because there's two cards that have blindfolds here. There's two cards that you are trapping yourself in, not wanting to see the actual truth of the matter, or see the people that you're interacting with, or the toxic patterns of people that you bring into your life by avoiding. So it's time for you to cut the chains that bind you in this situation, and to remove yourself from love that isn't in your highest good. And that's what I got from those songs at the beginning, and that's what I'm getting here in this Devil card. The next card that we get is the Six of Wands. It's standing up for yourself. It's wanting to achieve victory and success, and really being like, you know what? No, we ain't doing that. I demand respect. I am not going to be treated like what I say doesn't have any value and how I feel isn't correct. No, I know what the truth is. So I'm going to stand proudly in what I believe. And that's at the beginning with the Seven of Wands too. We get the Seven of Wands and the Six of Wands saying like, you need to stand up for what you believe in, and stand up for not accepting the shadiness and the toxicity that has been trying to be thrown at you, that you need to unravel yourself from those cycles and those patterns. And that's how you're going to assert boundaries in love. The next card is, what asset do you need to utilize the most in love right now? So what asset do my air signs need to utilize the most in love right now? What asset? So these are like hidden. Ooh, I love that. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. And I'm going to keep that there, right? You need to recognize that you are a goddess, that you are an empress, that you are all the queens put together, or all the kings put together, that you have this beautiful abundance, and that's what you need to go off of. You need to understand that you are a queen, you are a goddess, you are deserving of blessings beyond what you think. And you have maybe been trapped in these situations where you thought so negatively of yourself because somebody wanted to keep you trapped in that mindset, because they knew that you were a goddess, because they knew you were a boss bitch, because they knew that you have what it takes to cultivate a life for yourself. And so by keeping you down, you're not able to realize and recognize your true power. And that is something that you need to bring to the forefront and utilize right now, is you need to get in touch and tap into your goddess energy. Even people of the opposite sex that are watching this, like, you got to realize that like that feminine energy of you giving yourself love and, luxuriating and the things that make you feel good is caring for yourself from a more feminine place. And I don't like to use feminine, masculine all the time, but I do feel like sometimes, like, when we are feeling unloved, we need to tap into that mothering, maternal energy that we have within ourselves, because we all have it, and really care for ourselves in a sweet and tender way. But also understand that like we are a goddess and we deserve so much. Okay, now the last question, and this is an important question that you need to ask yourself and assert towards other people that are coming into your life. How do you want love to be given to you right now? So how do my air signs want love to be given to them right now? How do my air signs want love to be given to them right now? I mean, I got one card. I mean, that might be the card, right? So I'm going to take that card. You ready? My air signs want the whole enchilada. They want the happy wife, happy life, happy family. They want they want the magical rainbow. They want somebody that's going to build a emotionally fulfilling life with. They're done with dealing with people that are keeping them from that goal, from that vision, from that abundance, right? This is the ultimate card of happiness, because this goes beyond the Ten of Pentacles, which is all about like showering down the coin, right? This goes beyond that. This is all about the emotional fulfillment that comes from being with a partner that wants to build that with you and understands how to build that with you, because they have love within themselves, and so they're able to express and build that love with you, and build love with your family. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a family. You're looking for somebody to build that dynamic with, and that's what you're going for right now, or that's what you want to be given to you right now. So that's my sweet and savage love spread for my air signs. Take care of yourselves. If you do need a reading, if you do need to understand how to get out of those kinds of toxic or emotionally abusive relationships, I am like a person that kind of has an understanding of it myself, and I have unraveled myself from it. So I am totally willing to support you. If you want to get in touch with me, my information's down below, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, and have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day.